And that's it. That's the song. We made it through. Heck yeah. Okay. So a couple final notes. So why did I do this song in general? I know I talked about this a little bit at the beginning, but let's just really cap it off. Yeah, a song doesn't need to reinvent the wheel to be good. Like, you can make a normal song, follow the rules, put that little bit of extra effort in, like put attention and care into your sections and the cohesiveness of your music, your theme, your lyrics, and the structure. And you can make something really solid, really, really great. This song, this band in general might not be people's favorites, but it's one of the only songs on the album that I didn't have any nostalgia for. Like, I had zero nostalgia. This was basically like a brand new song for me. And I was quite surprised. It is heavy, it's raunchy, it's dramatic, but it's also a lot of fun. It's, really, like, it's a nice lifting song. It's not blowing anyone's minds. It's not like, I've heard plenty of music and it's not like, oh my God, I'd never heard something like this before. But like, I was very surprised at how tight this song was and how well it portrayed a toxic relationship, but did so in a way that wasn't so heavy and wasn't so like weighty. It was just kind of fun and crazy. Yeah, a lot of cohesiveness here. I think, and I think one of the reasons I really wanted to bring it up was because just following the basic rules of songwriting, which is, I'm not saying like, oh, you have to structure your song a certain way or whatever. I think a lot of artists today are obsessed with superseding the rules before they even understand them. Like, so many songs today don't even do verse, chorus, bridge, chorus anymore, because that's cliche. That's not the normal way. Like, oh, TikTok brains can't follow along. But it's like, no, there was a reason why those songs worked. And honestly, I think they still work. I think that we have really fooled ourselves into thinking, oh, well, we got to make them shorter. We got to do that. Like, no, the song still needs to have like narrative cohesion. There still needs to be, a build up and a climax and a come down and like a flow to the song. Otherwise, if the song is just right here for a minute and then it ends and you just got a minute long song, there's no reason to go back to it. There's no reason for it to stick. I think a good example is like Kanye just released a new album, Bully, a few weeks ago. And I listened to it twice. And I just was like, man, I have no reason to go back to these songs. These songs are meaningless. They're just ideas. There's no point to any of this. Versus you go and you listen to some of his older stuff where he did kind of follow the structural rules, and there was a very clear flow to the songs and a meaning and a purpose to the songs that he was able to portray with his lyrics and with his production. And that's why they stuck. That's why they were meaningful songs. And once you understand that, then you can play with it, right? Then you can do whatever you want with songs, really. But if you're just saying, oh, I'm going to write 1 minute, a minute and a half long song with no chorus, and the lyrics, there's like one verse, and then I just scream for 30 seconds, and that's my song, why is that going to stick with anybody? What is the vibe? What is the point? There's no purpose to it. It's just sort of this floating, it's just here. It's like, cool, you made sounds, you made music, and it's there, but there's no reason or deeper meaning for it to stick with anybody. It's just kind of, oh, that's really cool, and then no one really remembers it. And I think that's why we have a big problem with our music today, where it's like, it's so shallow and nothing really seems to stick for at least longer than like a few weeks, if they're lucky, right? And yeah, I again, it's funny going back to a song like this from 20 years ago and just being like, yo, this is a good song. And it kind of sticks. Like it was memorable. It was memorable enough for me to keep listening to the album and then to actually say, you know what? This is the song that I'm going to break down. The one that I don't have memories of, I don't have nostalgia for, kind of a new song to me, but it's so cohesive and cohesively like well put together that it makes me just want to say, yeah, like I want to, like, let's do this one. There's a lot to talk about here, you know? So again, like, learn the rules, understand, like, and generally, like, the structure of a song follows the structure of a story, right? The 3-act structure of a story, like, you know, the introduction, introducing the conflict, developing the conflict, getting to a climax of the conflict, and then a resolution, right? Like, that's how it goes, and it goes like that for a reason. There's an inherent appeal to the human psychology of that structure. So if you don't understand it and you're just superseding it, if you don't know what you're doing, then you are just doing the thing that is the opposite of what humans inherently like. And good luck, I guess. But anyway, I mean, that's getting a little heavy there. So yeah, anyway, I just thought that this was a cool one to pick. And yeah, Nickelback's, Nickelback isn't like in my top 10 bands or anything like that, but they're not, I've always been a defender. They're definitely not like worth the whole like, oh, Nickelback sucks meme. They're a cool band. They knew what they were doing when they did it. They made some super huge bangers. Like, some of their songs are just great. I think like Saving Me, Far Away, Rockstar, those are great songs. And so, yeah, if that's all. I just wanted to highlight like the importance of following the simple rules, keeping things straightforward. You can still make something really good, even if you're not reinventing the wheel. So yeah, that's it.